What's up, everybody? I'm ASX and welcome to Team Next Phase, where we dive into Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Flesh and Blood, and more, you guys. Today, I have an exciting one for you. We are getting back into the PTCGO and battling a very, very interesting deck that I put together here for you guys. I can't wait to show this crazy deck off. Let's go. Guys, we are playing a Castform deck. So these Castform cards come in the new Pokemon Chilling Reign set, and you know, they are just, I believe, just commons. Yeah, just commons here in this set, but they can do some damage, and if you can get the right cards into your discard pile, this deck is pretty awesome, and it's pretty quick to get your attacks off as well. So guys, we are playing a full 4 Castform deck. So the regular Castform here, as you can see, the Castform Sunny form, the Castform Rainy form, and of course we got the Castform Snowy form as well. So guys, the way that you play this deck, as you can see here, it's all about the Castform's ability, and all 4 Castforms have this ability. It's weather reading, and it says if you have 8 or more stadium cards in your discard pile, ignore all energy costs, or ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack cost. So if I can get 8 or more stadium cards in the discard pile, then this energy here, these 2 fire energy and 1 colorless energy, mean absolutely nothing. I can do this high pressure blast attack for 150 damage. So that is the case. Again, as you can see, weather reading with the regular Castform does weather force for 80 for no energy if you have 8 or more in the discard pile. Exact same weather reading. The Castform Rainy form is one that you don't really get out there too much, at least I haven't quite yet, because its rainfall attack only does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So this one's really only useful, at least so far I've found it useful against what is it? Spiritomb. I actually had a Spiritomb right here. Spiritomb deck that I was playing the other day. It wiped out all the Spiritombs on the bench as well as the one in the active spot, so it works for that, but not too much else here. And then we have the Castform Snowy form as well, which is this Frosty Typhoon for 120 is definitely one that we will be using often. As you may have noticed, or maybe not, the retreat cost on each of these Castform is also 0, so it makes it very, very easy to move any Castform in and out of play as you want. You can move them all around, and it's super useful if you are playing a deck that has a weakness against you. So like metal decks, if we have, you know, this regular Castform out in play, we can easily switch it for this Castform Sunny form and get some attacks off, hitting for weakness as well. So those aren't the only cards that we have in the deck, though. As you guys can see, we do play 2 Dedenne in this deck, and what the 2 Dedenne do, we're using them for the Day Change ability, which allows us to discard our hand and draw 6 additional cards. So it's super useful if you got a hand full of stadium cards, as you can see down here, and you just need to get them in the discard pile. We do also have a Zacian if we need it. I really haven't used it too often in this deck, to be honest, but we also have this for the Intrepid Sword ability, just to help us draw more cards. Again, with the Oricorio GX, kind of the same thing. This deck is all about abilities, you guys. We're playing the Dance Tribute there to be able to draw 3 cards after one of our active Pokemon have been knocked out. And those are the only other Pokemon. We get right into the trainers. This is a very trainer heavy deck. It does play 40 trainers, because if you could see up here, we actually play 0 energy. Completely no energy at all in this deck. It's honestly, it's not needed whatsoever. So just extra room for some Pokemon and some trainers. So we have the Quick Ball, which can help us draw any Castform that we need, but we also have to discard a card in order to use it. So it helps us get those stadium cards into the discard pile. We also play an Alistair as well, which allows us to draw 3 cards. If we drew any cards in this way, we can discard up to 3 cards from our hand. So another great card to get those stadiums in the discard pile. We're also playing Clay as well. I actually just added this to the deck, but it allows us to discard the top 7 cards of our deck. If any of those cards are item cards, we'll put them into our hand. The only items that we play here are the Quick Ball, so that would be the only card that would go into our hand. All the other cards, which we hope are going to be stadium cards, go straight into the discard pile. And then we also play our Professor's Research here as well. I do play 4 copies because Professor's Research, as most of you know, allow you to discard your hand and draw 7 more cards. So super useful, again, to get those stadiums into the discard pile. You're going to hear me say that over and over again throughout this video because even some of the stadium cards are going to help us do that. We're starting off with Chaotic Swell here, and this is a very useful card. It actually allows you to, put the stadium card into play, and if an opponent tries to put a stadium card in play, it actually discards their stadium card and your Chaotic Swell and puts no stadium card in play. What we use it for is actually to put it out into play, and then the next turn we can put another stadium card on top of that, and it discards 2 stadium cards. So that's what we're using that for. We also have the Sirchester Bath. Doesn't help us discard any cards, but it's kind of a useful one because all the cast forms that we are playing are basic, so it allows them to take 20 less damage, maybe have our cast forms hold on for a little bit longer if they can. Play just 1 copy of Dynatree Hill. This is also from Chilling Reign, and it just doesn't allow either Pokemon to be healed, so it can be kind of useful. Definitely useful against like Cheryl and Malo and Lana cards. We are playing 3 copies of Great Hearth. If I had a 4th, I would probably play a 4th copy, but I only have 3, so we play 3 of them, and this allows us to discard 1 card from our hand and draw 2 fire energies. We don't have any fire energies, so we don't have to worry about that, but it does allow us to discard yet another stadium card to the discard pile. I threw in 3 copies of Old Cemetery. Since we aren't attaching any energy, this card doesn't affect us at all, but it can definitely affect the opponent because whenever they attach an energy card from their hand to their non-psychic Pokemon, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So just helping us out a little bit more with the cast forms attacks. Then we got our classic Path to the Peak. I say classic, I don't know why, because it's a very new card. It just came out in Chilling Reign as well, but definitely helpful. Pokemon with a rule box in play have no abilities, so that includes your V and your GX Pokemon. So that can cancel out, other Dedennes. We definitely want to make sure if we are going to play a Dedenne, we don't have Path to the Peak out in the stadium position. But it can deny that. It can make an Eternatus deck, put all their extra cards on the bench, to their discard pile. So it's super helpful. We also play Power Plant as well, which isn't played too often anymore because it's very similar to Path to the Peak. But if we don't have Path to the Peak out there and your opponent does have some GX cards, not too many EX cards anymore, definitely not in Standard, but there are some GX, it allows them to also have no abilities, so it's definitely helpful. I put, how many copies did I put? I put 4 copies of Rose Tower. Again, it just lets us draw 3 cards until we have 3 cards in our hand. Viridian Forest allows us to discard a card from our hand to draw some energy. Again, no energy, but we do get to discard another stadium. And that is all of our stadiums. That is the full deck list for my Crazy Cast Form deck, guys. I am super excited to get into this and see if we can win some battles. I do hope that we go up against... I do hope we go up against an Eternatus deck, a Zacian deck, maybe an ADP, so I can really show off this deck. But guys, let's get into the battles. All right, you guys, let's take this cast form deck into the versus ladder and see how we can do today. I am hoping we get like an Eternatus deck to really beat up on here with our cast forms, or like a really tanky metal deck. Those are like pretty much the 2 decks that this deck here does really well against. It's a little tough against the Ice Rider deck and the Shadow Rider Calyrex deck, but we're gonna see what we can do here today. The opponent does have a Psychic deck box, so we could be playing against the Shadow Rider Calyrex deck. It's a very, very common deck right now, being that it's brand new, and it's a very good deck to play if you're playing it right. And they are using the Bidoof cards. Ooh, only 1 cast form here to start it off, but that's good because it does mean that we have more room for stadium cards here in our first hand, and we do have a Professor's Research as well to be able to discard those. So let's see what we're up against here. And it's anyone's guess here, because with our Crobat V, or with the opponent's Crobat V, ooh, it looks like it's a Maractus deck. So this one is going to be interesting. I have not played a Maractus deck, but we are hitting, I mean, for weakness, I mean, it is 150 with our Sunny Form. Already does more damage than this Maractus can take. But we are going to be hitting for weakness if it is a grass deck here. With our Sunny Form, our big hitter. Little cute little guy right there. Looks like a little figurine that somebody just took a picture of. It's kind of cool. Throwing out their Cherubi. Maybe not. All right. So I'm super pumped. You know, like I've been saying here, this deck is really fun to play. All right. So what are we going to do? Let's go ahead and play this quick ball. I'm just going to discard this anyways. And let's grab another Sunny Form. Throw that out there. Discard for more cards. Now we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we only need 4 more in the discard pile. And we can actually get one of those cards in there now. So we'll only need 3. So I'm going to do this. Discard Old Cemetery. Get that out of there. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stadium cards in the discard pile. So now we only need 3 in order to do our attack. So not too bad of a start here for us, guys. Let's go ahead and pass it off to our opponent and see what they do. If they do get this Venomous attack, or Venomous Fang attack going, unfortunately we do have a Castform Sunny Form out there still. But again, you know, we're hitting for weakness already with that. We can already do 120 damage with our Castform Snowy Form. So we are knocking out the Maractus with 1 hit. This Cherubi definitely with only 50 hit points. So let's see what our opponent decides to do here. Definitely if they do the Venomous Fang, I mean, it's going to take us a little bit longer here, because I think it's fighting energy that Crobat is weak to. So it would be definitely a 2-turn knockout, but that would also be 2 prize cards for them as well. So, or at least 1 prize card for them, I guess I should say. They are really loading up their Maractus card here. Basically what Maractus does, if you've never seen it before, its Powerful Needles attack does 60 damage times the number of... you got to flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. And for each heads it does 60 damage. So you can literally load up Maractus with as many energies as you want. And you're going to flip a coin for each and every one of those energies. Everyone that lands heads, you're going to do 60 damage to your opponent. So it can be a crazy deck to play. You can get some super huge knockouts that are just insane. So it can go up against big decks too. So both of us here are kind of playing some very interesting decks. So it's kind of cool to see both of these kind of go head to head here. It's got another Maractus in play just to kind of get that one set up. I'm thinking this energy for, as I was saying that, he did exactly what I thought. He's pulling this Maractus out. 60, and we're done. Alright, so they did 180 to us, but that's alright. We're going to be able to come right back and knock them out. So that only has 80. This one, we're going to go with the Snowy Form here, because we're going to be able to knock him out anyways. He's going to lose all his energies and probably lose his crackers as well. Let's go ahead and use Clay. Boom, 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 boom. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Whew, that was close. We could have used the Sirchester Bath if we wanted to. Let's just go ahead, make sure we didn't count incorrectly. Go throw one more in there. And we actually need some cast forms out here. Whew, we are running a little bit low on the ones I need, but we'll get another Sunny Form out there. And we'll leave it at that for now. Frosty Typhoon for the KO on the Maractus. All those energies down the drain. The opponent doesn't know what to do because they just lost all their energies. So we're going to go ahead and take our prize card, and let's see what they do. They have 0 energies on the board, and they only have 2 cards in their hand. I don't think they were expecting that, them seeing no energies on my card, but not a lot of people are playing this. If anybody is playing this Castform deck, and I don't think a lot of people really know how to counter it quite yet, other than just to be able to take these Castform out before enough stadium cards get in the discard pile here. And every time the opponent, as you saw there, put their stadium card out, it discarded mine. So they even helped me even more, get these stadium cards in the discard pile. Opponent plays a Bruno there and gets an energy attachment. And I think it is just any energy. Yeah, it's no grass energy. It doesn't have to be grass energy. So they got a twin energy attached here. I believe he is going to flip 2 coins to be able to do at least 120. So we shall see. And I think this Cherum might be... Yeah, so this Cherum is a energy acceleration card. So as often as he likes, they can attach a grass energy from their hand to their Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. So this is he can accelerate any amount of energy that he has from his hand directly to this Maractus to give him enough coin flips to get more than just 1 heads. And if he gets at least 2, we are knocked out. But that's all right. This is a little bit interesting playing against another 1 prize deck, basically to win. And we're knocked out. Basically, to win a 1 prize deck, you got to be pretty much the first and almost second knockout. Be able to get 2 knockouts in a row before your opponent can, and if you can get to that, you're doing pretty well. But this deck is pretty awesome, guys. Once we have enough cards in the discard pile, we really don't have to worry about too much, other than for this Castform Sunny form, we have to have a stadium card in play in order to use its attack. So we really do need to kind of get this going here and get another snowy form, because we can do 120 damage and knock these Maractus out. Boom. Alright, so hitting that for weakness. We're going to take 1 more prize card. So it is going to be neck and neck down to the wire here, guys. I think we might have a chance if he has to play his Cricketune. We're going to be able to get 2 prize cards for that, and that's going to jump us ahead here. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. Realizing now that I might have made the wrong decision in keeping my Castform Sunny form out there, because he is going to get the knockout. It's almost guaranteed, especially with the Glimwood Tangle that he has out there. Once during each player's turn, after that player flips any coins for an attack, they may ignore all results of those coin flips and flip those coins again. So if he flips, 6 tails and doesn't like it, he can flip again and get as many heads as he can get to knock us out. Right now, there's absolutely no chance. If he doesn't attach any more energy to his Maractus, has no chance to actually knock us out at all, even if he does get a heads, because it will only do 60 damage. And yeah, we're not going to get knocked out. But if he has a energy in his hand, then things are a little bit different here for us. Let's see. He did just put 2 grass energy and 2 Maractus back into his deck with that ordinary rod. So that could be a little troublesome if he has a quick ball and can get another Maractus out there. Looks like he's thinking hard. Hope you guys are all doing well out there in YouTube land. Let me know if you enjoy these types of videos, or maybe these videos aren't for you. If you've made it this long, I would hope they're for you. But if they're not super interesting, let me know. I can definitely do some different things here on Team Next Phase. We are talking about some cool things coming up here. I know we always say that, but we really do. We meet every single week and talk about what we got planned for the next week, and any good ideas that any of us have. So we are always talking. And I am going to go ahead and put out this Castform Snowy form, because if they do get that Cricketune out there, I want to be able to hit it for weakness. Let's see here. I don't want him to have that Glimwood Tangle, so I'm going to go ahead and put out a Giant Hearth. We need to get some Castforms on the bench here. Another Snowy form. I don't think we have any Sunny form because I got one there, and I feel like one might be prized. I don't want to put this Oricorio out there just in case if they do have a boss's orders. I don't have a switch to get this Oricorio out. Maybe I should have thrown, you know, a couple, you know, air balloons in here to get these Pokemon out, but I did not. I went stadium heavy on this deck to make sure that we got enough stadium cards in the discard pile as fast as we can. Excuse me. Got another Castform to put on the bench there. Regular Castform's not too bad. It can get some knockouts. It only does 80 damage, but it also allows you to draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, so it can be very, very useful in some situations, especially early on. If you're, you know, if you discarded a lot of your cards already, you can use that to get more stadium cards into your hand to discard. All right, so he's put his Cricketune out there, which is great news for us. I'm thinking he might pull it back if he does get a Maractus and gets the energy attachments. I am thinking that maybe adding at least one boss's orders to this deck might be a good idea. We definitely have a couple stadiums that we can take out because basically once you get the stadiums, enough stadiums into the discard pile, really the stadiums don't mean much anymore other than maybe to take down abilities from some of your opponent's Pokemon. But yeah, this deck is just super fun. I think it really totally, you know, takes the opponent, you know, for a ride. I've not seen a lot of these Castform decks played, so I know people really don't know how to counter them too much yet. It doesn't really seem like there's going to be much to counter. I wish I could see, you know, what people thought on the other end when they see, you know, my Castform Snowy form out there. Ooh, and it looks like he might be shocked. I'm shocked too to see what's going to happen. Let us see. He might not have any grass energy left. How many energy has he discarded? 2. Oh no, that's plenty of energy in his deck. Maybe he just can't get it. Oh no, here we go. Got one Maractus. Only one Maractus in the deck too. He's struggling to find his Pokemon here. He's going to be able to do 70 damage with the Seed Bomb and take out our Castform Snowy form. We don't have any resistance. Unfortunately, we are going to save this Castform Sunny form for last and hopefully take out this Cricketune, but I have a feeling this Cherim is going to be the deal breaker here. I think maybe what I'll do is I will go throw out this old cemetery. So I think it's going to, yeah, I think it's going to make him have to put damage counters on his Pokemon. We'll see. I don't know. And it is when you attach it from your hand, so could be interesting. We'll know in 2 seconds here. And I don't think he wants to attach to this Cricketune here because he knows that's what I'm saving this Castform Sunny form for if he can't get that out of the active. But he's going to be able to because he's got the air balloon on there. And he's got 2 Maractus now. So I don't think we're going to win this one today, you guys. He does have 2 Maractus on the deck. He is getting some damage put on him here. But, yeah, how many would that be? I mean, that'd be 6 energy. If he attaches 6 energy, he's going to knock himself out. I think he'll realize that before he attaches all 6, but we'll see. Got another Cherubi to evolve into that Cherim to be able to put as many energy from his hand onto his Pokemon with no rule box. Let me know what you guys think. I'm doing a little bit different lighting here today as well. Looks a little bit more dramatic. I don't have as many lights on. I just wanted to be able to see my screen a little bit better here, but notice that it looks pretty decent on the camera screen as well. So let me know what you guys think out there. Can you see the background a little bit better maybe? I don't know. I'm struggling with getting the lighting back there nice and right. But they are just adding up these damage counters, which might work out if they... No. We might be able to put this Castform Rainy Form out there. No, he saved himself. He needs at least one more. One more damage counter on this Pokemon here, on this Maractus, and we would have been able to do the Castform Rainy Form to knock him out and put 20 on there, and it still would have been 10 short. Guys, I don't think we're going to win this one here today unless the opponent really messes up here. The coin flips were in our favor, guys. The coin flips were in our favor. This is crazy. All right, so we will be able to do... No, we're still not going to do that because it's not going to knock him out. Scratch that. We are going to go ahead, and I can't use that though. Shoot. All right, we're going to use this Castform. Thankfully, we have the Castforms. So... going to retreat into regular Castform Weather Force. Weather Force. There we go. To knock out that Maractus, and this might have just switched around, guys. We have one prize card left to their 2. And all we gotta do... I think we've won it, guys. That coin flip saved this match here. What a match. Thank you for sticking around. If you have stuck around so far, I know this is definitely a longer one. I even see my camera blinking there to tell me that this has been going a little long, but I'm super excited here, guys. I think we are going to win against this Maractus deck, but let's see. I don't think, unless there is a way for our opponent to put any damage counters on us on the bench, I don't believe they can win. And now they can't with any sort of Galarian Zigzagoon or anything like that because their bench is full. I think that coin flip did them in, you guys. So they were scared to add energies to their Maractus because of our old cemetery. They are scrambling. They're trying to figure this out. Let's see, guys. I think... this totally changed. I think we're going to win this now. Poor little Castform here is going to get knocked out. Possibly. Oh, he's going to make sure he gets enough heads on this coin flip. Oh, he didn't knock it out again. Wow. So, you guys, that is it. Let's retreat into our Sunny form. Didn't even let me do the final attack because he couldn't take the heat of our Castform deck, you guys. That was awesome. I had a great time with that battle here today. I think I will end up cutting it a little bit short here, guys, because I do realize this video is going a little bit longer than I anticipated. But, you know, let me know maybe if you're interested in me doing these live here on Team Next Phase, where I actually get to interact with you guys, you know, maybe battle you guys as well, you know, where it's, you know, a little bit easier to go, you know, longer than, you know, 20 minutes here or so as we're going. You know, I definitely want to be able to interact with you guys more out there as well. So let me know if live streaming the Pokemon TCGO would be something that you guys are interested in. I would be super happy to do so. I think it's a super fun game and I have a great time with it. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this Castform deck. I know I didn't get to go up against any Eternatus or, you know, any, you know, big tanky decks at all like that, but we did take down an interesting Maractus deck there, and I think that is a pretty good match there. We took it all the way to the end, so I hope you guys thought it was a good one as well. If you have not already, definitely hit that like button, smash that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified of when all of our next videos come out here on Team Next Phase. We are going to be switching it up here a little bit, guys, on the channel and doing some different things that I'm very, very excited about, and I think you guys will be too. But until that time, guys, I'll see ya. Peace.